My name is Christina Curtis, and this is the closest thing I have to a child. His name is Cole, 17 and a half years old, and absolutely loves running on the beach and the ocean and hiking in the mountains. I have a background in biology and master's in science education, and I'm currently pursuing my doctorate in science education. I currently teach in Jackson County and hold a 9th through 12th broad field science certification as well as Earth and Space certification in 4th through 8th grades. I got into education partly because I come from a long line of teachers. However, when I got into my first teaching job, I realized I did not have a lot of real-world experience outside of what I had gained from internships and jobs in college. So I set off on an 8-year plan to get a job or experience 1 to 2 years in each of the core academics: biology, physics, environmental, and chemistry. So the field experience began as an inorganic chemist in an inside lab where you never saw the sun. And for someone who loves the outdoors, after almost 2 years, I asked our individuals who brought the water and soil samples to us, hey, where are these coming from and how do I go about getting a job? This led to being outdoors. It may have been inside a suit all day long, but I decided to be the person who actually was collecting the water and soil samples that were being shipped inside to the lab. In the process, I got to become a liaison between the EPA and the Robins Air Force Base, and in addition, started working with OSHA and got training and certification in the health physicist and technician level 1 as a hazmat crew member. When the Robins Air Force Base site had been cleaned up, this led to the most memorable experience that I'd had in that field experience, and that was the marine biology internship at Newfound Harbor Marine Institute on Big Pine Key, Florida. They actually run throughout the school year, and you get your captain's license. And for a research vessel, you get to work with the shallow bay, you get to teach some coral biology, shark biology, but more importantly, it was outdoor experiential learning, and the students would go out, we'd drive out for about 1.5 miles to Lou Reef, and the kids would collect data, and this is where my true love of technology came in. I knew nothing about laptops at that time, and when we were entering in data, if I couldn't reboot and it didn't start, that was it. You had to drive in 1.5 miles and then wait for someone who could then come and fix your laptops. So that became a little frustrating, and that's where I began to teach myself a little bit about how to fix our laptops. This led to an opportunity in Seattle when the world was going to come to an end and 2-digit fields needed to be changed to 4-digit fields so that financial institutes didn't come crashing down when 1999 rolled to 2000. And while that didn't happen, it was a great opportunity to get some exposure and practice with programming in mainframe using COBOL. Then I transitioned into more web development and learning about Visual Basic and ASP. And then I realized that computers alone, that technology had taken about 6 extra years onto my 8-year plan. So after 12 years, I decided it was time to head back to the classroom and see how I can incorporate all of this into science education. So eager to return to the classroom, I spent the last 14 years with 2 at the private high school, then 3 at the middle school, and then eventually transitioning to a public high school, teaching subjects such as environmental science, physics, AP physics, forensics, chemistry, and physical science. But the last 10 years solely focused on physics or AP physics, and we just added in the last 2 years forensics. And my summer research was the first one with the Department of Energy. I got to go have an experience at Fermilab, met some amazing individuals, and from there, that opened up the door that I spent the next 5 summers at some physics institutes and looking at the American modeling. So this leads to one of my true passions. I love finding new ways to blend research and bring that into the classroom. So how is increasing my content knowledge in the summer passion? There was something about being around like-minded teachers and other individuals who want to spend their time learning something new and sharing new strategies of how to bring real-world applications into their classroom that truly is inspiring and re-energizing in the summer. So my ultimate passion is taking that research and education and using it to travel to meet people from around the globe and to share those experiences and to inspire in students. So now my goal is to connect grad students and teachers who are interested with scholarships and grants to help make these opportunities possible for those who are interested. When I do get free time or when I'm out at some of these professional development opportunities and you have an evening or a weekend, I love to go out and try to kayak in those new surroundings. As well as when I'm in Georgia, I love to participate in the Dolphin Project, which is the longest running volunteer educational research program in regards to the Atlantic bottlenose dolphin. While I may not be the fastest kayaker, my absolute passion is photography, and so the best thing about being a slow kayaker is once the pack has gone by, some of the younger wildlife will pop their heads up out of curiosity and then jump out and display. So that's sometimes the best pictures you can get when you are lagging behind, and no matter where you travel, you can always get good. So if I have to pick something outside of education as a hobby and a passion, it would be the wildlife and landscape photography. The ways I'm looking to integrate technology are to increase student engagement. I like to take these traditional hands-on projects and find a way for students to identify a real-world problem instead of just using their videos to Instagram and do Flipgrid analysis and the field data collection that we're doing, but truly find an authentic problem that they can solve to have an experience that's going to want to motivate them to have a student voice. And I think workforce education has this mastered, and I'd like to find a way that we can take those techniques and instructional design technology to improve the way science education is taught.